Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to our second video. So, the tastes in human life are plenty. Dishes are more, cuisines are more. No matter any number, the human life, dietary preferences, dietary habits have to start from the most natural food, mother's milk. During every visit to a pediatrician, we hear a lot of mothers asking about the adequacy of milk to their babies, breastfeeding issues, their complaints, and many more. So, to talk upon this and to discuss this more in detail, we have our expert consultant, neonatologist Dr. Aparna with us to discuss more upon breastfeeding and feeding to the baby. Hi, madam.
Hi, Dr. Sukesh.
So, madam, to feed effectively to the newborn, mother should first of all understand that baby wants milk. So, mother has to understand or mother has to know baby is in hunger. But unfortunately, most of the mothers try to understand that baby's cry is a sign of feeding cue, which actually is a very late sign. So, what do you explain or what do you tell all of our mothers the real infant feeding cues?
So that's a very, very important aspect. Now, as you rightly said, crying can be one of the last signs of hunger, and by the time the baby starts crying for milk, the baby may already be too exhausted and unable to actually effectively take adequate quantity of milk. So it's essential to identify hunger cues in a newborn. These include the newborn licking the fingers, sort of licking the thumb and the other fingers, sucking the hands, opening and closing the mouth, just looking eagerly at the mother. Sometimes the baby may be able to root when the mother's finger touches the baby's lips. So these are all the signs that the baby is hungry. Now, when the mother is able to identify these cues and start feeding immediately, very often we find that the baby can feed more effectively and for a longer duration. Crying inevitably is one of the last late signs of hunger, and also the baby may effectively feed for lesser duration and even lower volume of milk when the baby is actually crying before feeding. It also leads to swallowing of a lot of air, leading to what we call as aerophagia. That leads to premature satiety in the baby.
So it means that also is also one of the reasons why babies have an inadequate supply of milk.
Yeah, when the gap between feeds becomes more, or when the frequency of feeding comes down, then automatically this also affects the production of milk. So if we do cue-based feeding, the mother is likely to feed the newborn baby more number of times, and frequent feeding or lesser duration of gap between breastfeeds will automatically increase the levels of hormones, particularly prolactin, which will in turn lead to more production of milk.
Right. Doctor, when we talk about the adequacy of milk supply to the baby, this adequacy also depends on how good or how properly or how effectively the mother is latching the baby to her breast. So, first of all, how to identify if the baby is having an adequate supply of milk, and what are the good latching techniques for a newborn baby?
So there are some signs which we routinely look for when the mother and the infant latch for breast milk. So first and foremost, it is important to observe how the baby is positioned for feeding. Now, when the baby is positioned for breastfeeding, it is important to ensure that the entire body of the baby, the head and the body, are in one straight line. It is important that the mother supports the entire infant with her hand. So what we generally advise is the head of the baby comes in the elbow fold and the entire body is supported by the mother's forearm. Now it is also important that the baby is turned towards the mother and not facing the ceiling of the room. So when all these aspects are ensured, then we will find that the mother is able to actually very closely latch on the baby, and the baby's abdomen and mother's abdomen will actually be touching each other. Now coming to how the baby attaches to the breast, it is important to ensure that the mouth of the baby is completely open, the lips being completely everted or curled outside, the baby's chin must be touching the mother's breast, and the entire areola, the portion which is around the nipple, the brown portion, must also be within the baby's mouth. One of the commonest reasons for poor or ineffective latching is when the babies simply nibble at the mother's nipple without actually latching onto the entire areola.
Right. So not just the effective latching techniques, but I feel the proper positioning of a mother while feeding is also one of the most important aspects to ensure adequate milk supply to the mother, the
Yes.
baby. So what are the proper positions of the mother to feed the baby?
Okay, so that's again a very important question. Now, whatever be the position the mother may be using for feeding, it is important to remember that the mother herself must be sitting nicely relaxed and with good backrest. So, there are a few named positions which have been traditionally used to describe breastfeeding position. One of the commonly used positions is the cradle position. So, here what we mean by cradle position is when the baby is feeding from one breast, one side, the mother actually holds the baby with the same side hand, ensuring that the head of the baby would fall within the fold of the elbow and the body of the baby is supported by the same side forearm. Now, in some babies who are especially low birth weight, premature babies who may be more floppy, it may be easier to use the cross cradle hold. Cross cradle hold means when mother is feeding from one side breast, say for instance she is feeding from the left side, she would hold the baby with the right hand. So the palm of the right hand is used to hold the head of the baby and the forearm is used to support the body of the baby. In both these positions, you may notice that the baby would be lying over the mother's abdomen. This may be painful if she has had a cesarean section or a scar. So in this situation, we advise what we call as a football position. Here, as you can see in the picture, the baby is actually held beneath the armpit or the shoulder of the same side from which the mother is feeding. So the baby actually falls on one side of the mother's body. One advantage is this position can be used when she has twins also. So football position can be used on both sides while the mother has twins, and this can very effectively save her time used for breastfeeding.
Thank you so much, doctor, for enlightening all of our viewers on the most important aspects of breastfeeding. A perfect latch, right position of the mother, and adequate feeds help your baby grow healthy. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for our third episode.